Big win, Don Wilson here for Top MMA News, here with Jeff Harrison. Now, before I get into all of this, your crew, Jeff.
Yes.
I'm not, obviously fans, body type, not a guy that hangs at the gym all the time. What does crew come from, and why are you crew, Jeff?
I've been a crew since 2004. I got designated as crew by my teacher, Crew Chris Q, and Ajahn Berkler-Pinsenchai. He's a Lumpini champion, one of the great all-time fighters that I was fortunate enough to learn from in Thailand, and they gave me the name crew, and then I'm certified by a few different sanctioning bodies, world sanctioning bodies, and it's legit. I'm not just a Taekwondo teacher calling myself crew or something. I earned it through a lot of hard years under apprenticeship through Crew Chris and Ajahn Berkler.
So it's definitely a Muay Thai term. This is a crew means that you are a...
It means teacher.
Teacher. You are a master Muay Thai teacher.
No, a master is Ajahn.
Ajahn. Yeah. All right. Well, I have seen him demonstrate a few of these techniques here, folks, and let me tell you, I would not stand in front of even the most... smallest of leg kicks from this gentleman. All right, let's move on to the fight. Now, before we get to the fight that you have coming up, you had a fight against Will Romero, which we were all looking forward to, made the top Maple Leaf matchups of last month. It fell through. You've been in the sport for a while, but how is it when a fight that you're looking forward to so much falls through? Well,
it's been tough because, I basically put my life on hold to chase this thing, to go after a bunch of fights, and then my fight in Sarnia, the guy didn't make weight, that got canceled, and Will Romero hurt his rib, and it's nothing on Will, like it's happened. I've had to do it, my professional debut, like I had to go through like 5 opponents. I had to pull and pull and pull, like back in like the UGC and like Extreme Cage and TKO days and all this. I had to pull a lot too, and it's just part of the game, and it's very unfortunate, but all I've been doing really is training since like August 15th of last year.
Just constant training.
Yeah, pretty much, because I had that 6-week camp for the end of October, or 8-week camp for the end of October, and then right after that it was supposed to be December 2nd, then it was supposed to be January, then the score got moved, and then March, like I just keep going, and now it's pretty funny, like each time my opponent's level keeps going up. It was like Kyle, then Will Romero. Now I'm fighting like Kit Cope, who's a world Muay Thai champion. It's pretty cool, and I've attained all this without fighting. So
well, let's step on that. You had Will Romero, very, very high up in the Canadian Muay Thai circuit. Now you're taking a step higher than that. Kit Cope, really high up in the international Muay Thai circuit, as well as a UFC vet. What are you looking forward to in challenging Kit Cope? Do you want a stand-up battle? Do you want to prove that you're not just a stand-up guy? You can do it on the ground with the Hensler Gracie Jiu-Jitsu? What are you looking for to prove in this fight?
I've trained everything for this fight. Like I know he trains with really good guys, and you can look at his record and take him lightly. Look at this guy that's 4-7, but he's fought Ken Flo. Yep. He's fought Razor Rob McCullough. He's fought great guys like a Sound Sao and
every one
of his losses are like for real, and every one of his wins, they're okay fighters too. So, this is a guy that's, 23-1 in Muay Thai, and he beat Alex Gong, who's a hero of mine. He beat some really, really solid guys, like back in the day, like William Sarapai. He comes from a great gym at Master Toddy's, and, if anyone's going to take this guy lightly, they're stupid. So I'm not, like, obviously he's got a big name. And, he's good at hyping himself up, and, that's part of the Kit Cope. But Kit Cope's also very dangerous. He has very dangerous hands, very dangerous elbows, very dangerous kicks. And I'm sure that his ground game and everything is okay, working with the Diaz brothers and Wand fight team and, wherever. I heard he's training with Boss Rutan for this fight. So he's dangerous. And, for me to just, like, be like, oh, my jiu-jitsu is going to be better than his, I'm not really sure. What's going to happen? I'm very, very prepared. I'm very, very strong. I'm very strong mentally. I'm very strong physically right now. And the weight's coming down, and I'm getting ready for war, and I can't wait. It's gonna be one of those fights that people talk about for a long time, I believe.
I have to concur with that. This definitely is one of those exciting fights where stylistically it's just gonna be just fireworks. Now let's just I want to take one look at your career. When I first noticed you, and we've talked about this many times, was the big win over Tyler Jackson. That's what I thought raised you up there. And then after that, you started getting some hate. People were saying you weren't fighting the tough guys. Even though I will say James Sweat is is a tough as nails fighter. There's a reason they call him Scrappy. Now, it seems to me that with the Will Romero, with you taking Kit Cope, it looks like you're taking that step up. Are you planning on making a real run for maybe, I don't know if this is the end of your career, the middle of your career? Are you looking to start a big run? Is what I'm trying to get at.
I'll take it one fight at a time. I'm coming off 3 wins. If I get a win over a UFC vet, I'll just take it all in stride. Obviously, I have goals in the ring, that I set out to do. Everybody wants to make it to the show. Everybody wants to make it to the UFC. I don't have any illusions of becoming a UFC champion or whatever. I'd like to get there eventually. I'd also, I'd like to get, up to my purple belt, brown belt, under Pat. I'd like to do all these things. I'd like to, train young men to get to the show too. So, where it's all going is, it all depends on my body. And right now it's good, but I obviously everybody wants to go to the show. Obviously, but for me, like, I just want to fight good guys. I'm in it for the training. I'm in it for, the lifestyle of it all. I'm in it to go in there and make people that love me proud. And, if I'm doing that, I'm a happy man. Like, I do it for, not really the fame and the glory. I do it to prove to myself that I can. So in terms of your question, like, is it a run? Sure. Let's make I don't know.
Make it a run.
Hey, if you I'll probably take some time off after this one, and but it's always there. I've always wanted to fight, so. I can't give you a definite answer.
Well, you've been in the sport for a long time, and you said something there. You're in it for the lifestyle, and that's something I want to touch on. You see a lot of fighters that come in, they want to be a UFC champ. They go for a run maybe 2-3 years max. They get to the UFC, maybe 1 and done, 2 and done. They're done. You don't see him, you don't hear about him again. You've been in the sport for a long, long time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? What does it mean to you to live the lifestyle of a martial artist? Not a mixed martial artist, but a martial artist.
It means everything to me. Like, it's literally everything I have, in my life that I really care about comes from, martial arts. And like, I met my wife through martial arts. I have this amazing job and like these opportunities and seeing the world through martial arts. And it's something that I really, really love. And I hope to pass that down to kids, and be a good teacher and do what my teachers did for me. And yeah, I love it. It is a lifestyle. I couldn't imagine me doing anything else.
Why do you think it's so hard for people to, especially in MMA, you get the guys that are just fighters, not martial artists. Why do you think it's so hard for them to try to live the lifestyle? Because it's not all glory, it's not all, fun, it's not all women, it's not all entertainment. It's a lot of hard work, it's a lot of discipline.
It is a lot of discipline, it's a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of positive thinking. You have to look at the cup half full. With all these fights getting canceled, it would be easy. Like a guy who's just after the fame and glory would be like, oh man, like these fights keep going through, and I've trained for 5 months for nothing. But I'm just looking at it like, hey, I'm getting better. I'm basically like in the gym all the time. Doing what I love, and that's it.
Gotta say, fans, gotta love the heartfelt interviews here. Now, obviously, Jeff, before we let you go, the always tagline we end with: family, friends, sponsors that you want to give a shout out to.
Obviously my wife Tracy. She's a great support to me. All my team, here at Owama and in Mass Thai Boxing. I think Chris is coming up for the fight. Razorware is going to be sponsoring me. Nepean Active Health Center, Andrew Griffith-Jones, my personal trainer. Dr. Colin Campbell's helped me through any, injuries that I've been having. And, that's about it. Hey, there's still a week left if anybody wants to sponsor me. But besides that,
Lululemon.
Yeah,
Still, we've been talking about this. No Lululemon sponsor. It needs to be coming to Mr. Harrison. Now, it's going to be an amazing fight. Two Muay Thai masters, Jeff Harrison, Kit Cope, will kick off April 20th at the Casino de Lac Lamy in Gatineau, Quebec. Once again, big win, Don Wilson. Jeff Harrison, Top MMA News.